Hi everyone, so what we're going to look at now is our depreciation account. So up until now we have everything done for our particular asset account, okay? So in this case land and buildings. So we have everything marked in that we need, all right? We have our new values put in all the way along, 2014 right up to the opening balance in 2019. And now we need to do the same for our depreciation account. So remember, the buildings element was €400,000 at 2% and there was 6 years depreciation because we got them in 2008. So 6 years have been written off, so that's 48,000. Then we came along and just watch the wording in the question. We revalued on the 1st of the 1st, 2014. So when you revalue, you wipe out all of your depreciation to date on that asset. So on the 1st of the 1st, 2014, we'll have a reval here and it's 48,000 is going to be wiped out. Now the reason you're wiping that out is you've just revalued to 620,000. So you've brought them up to 620. If you left that 48,000 in there, you'd immediately be saying 620 minus the 48. And that would make no sense. Why would you have revalued to 620 if you're just going to knock 48,000 off it straight away? So wipe out all of that depreciation. So there's the 48,000 gone, and then get your charge for the year. So 31st of the 12th, 2014, what's the relevant P&L charge? So just over to the side here again, just to keep an eye on how we calculate that. We revalued, the total revaluation is 620, 120,000 of that was attributable to land purchased on the 1st of the 1st. So we need to get that 120,000 out of there. So 620 minus the 120. So we know that we're running at buildings being €500,000. So it's 500,000 at the relevant percentage, which is 2% in this case. So 500,000 at 2%. And we come along here, and all we're doing is just placing that in. So 500,000 by 0.02, so that's 10,000. Now remember, this could come up in a question 1 when you revalue. You need to be careful of the dates that the revaluation took place. So if the revaluation takes place at the start of the year, there will be a closing balance on this. So your closing balance is going to be the P&L figure for the year. So the 58 minus the 48,000, so €10,000, and then you're ready to start off 2015. Just a balance brought down €10,000. Okay, so you get into 2015 then, so you need to go back to your question and check what happened in 2015. You purchased a new building for 130. Okay, so that's obviously going to change your depreciation charge for the year. So go back and check, what are the buildings coming in at the end of 2015? So your buildings and your land, don't forget, it's all coming in at 825,000. The land is still in there. So again, we're going to go back and we're going to say, right, 825. I'll just keep it in blue so as you know it's working. 825,000 minus the 120,000. You need to know what the correct amount is to depreciate. So take your 825 and all you're doing is subtracting that €120,000. So it's going to be 705 that we're going to deal with here. Okay, so 705, and come back here and show it again. 705,000, and it's at 2%. So just to recap on that, the 825, that was the cost, including the land. So get that land out of there, the 120. Because when you purchased your new building for 130, there was 50,000 paid for an extension, 25,000 to your own workers for their wages. Let's go back and look. So that meant that our buildings were then going to come in at 825,000, and included in that is the land of 120. So we're getting that out of there then. So that 825 minus the 120 gives you the 705 that you're going to depreciate then. So 705 at 2%. So we're good to go again. So our charge then for the year, just bring that down to the right line. So you'd have 705 by 0.02. Now, if you look in 2015, there's no mention of any disposal or evaluation or anything like that. Therefore, there isn't going to be anything here. All right, there isn't going to be a reval figure or a disposal figure. So it's handy enough actually for 2015. You're just going to come along, P&L figure being charged. We're going to put in a total here. And remember, you'll get really quick at this. So you have your total gone in. 241, 241. And then don't forget, the dates are really important on this. So at the end of the year, you have a new balance, CD, and it's your 241. And then you're ready to start 2016. So balance, BD, 241, okay? And again, same process again, go back and check your question. So what happened in 2016? You sold land, which cost 80,000, but was since revalued. And then in 2016, you spent 10,000 in respect of repairs to existing buildings. So none of that is going to change the value on the buildings. And remember, it is just buildings that you're depreciating. So your depreciation calculation for this year is still just 705 at 2%. So still 14,100. That's the charge. That's what goes in at the end of this year. Where does it go into? Your P&L. All right. So then we'll take our total again. So 382. And then 31st of 12, 2016. Balance CD. 382, ready to start off 2017. Next step then, check what happened in 2017. So I'd always take a look at the question, just get an idea of what's happening. So you've revalued, so that should be straightforward. If you've revalued, you're just going to wipe out the existing depreciation and then charge for the year. So now you want to go back and say, right, get rid of that first. The revaluation happened on the 1st of the 1st, 2017. So just remove it from the account. So you have reval, you're getting rid of the 382. And that's handy enough, okay? There shouldn't be anything majorly difficult there. Your charge for the year then, all right? So at this stage, your land is gone. You disposed of your land in 2016. So that 120,000 that we had been subtracting is gone. So when we look at the calculation this time, all we're doing is coming along and we're saying, right, I've revalued buildings owned at 846,000. So that is the charge. So 846,000 at 2%. That's all we're doing. We're just charging the 2%. So 846 times 0.02. So 16920. And again, you're coming along and all you're doing is just totaling that up. And you're just saying to yourself, right, what is my new value there? So 38 and the 169. So when you get your balance at the very end of this year, the depreciation that has been charged is 16920. And you're ready to go into 2018 then. So you have a balance brought down, ready to start 2018. Now 2018 is a little bit more complicated. It's fine once we break it down and we know what's happening, but we need to take our time on it. So that 16920, all right? So let's have a look at what's actually happened here. In 2018, we sold for 225,000 the buildings that we purchased and extended in 2015, and then the remaining buildings were revalued. So in this one, there is going to be a depreciation charge for the year, the same as normal. So there will be a P&L figure. But we're also going to have the following. On the 1st of the 1st, 2018, we're going to have a disposal. And then we're going to have a revaluation. And finally, we're going to balance off the account, all right? This is going to be my reval, right? So let's just think about this for a second. When we disposed of an asset, all right, we in depreciation, if you look back on the depreciation videos, when we dispose of an asset, we wipe out any depreciation that had been charged on that asset to date, all right? So let's think about our buildings for a second. We have two lots of buildings. We have our buildings that we revalued in 2014, okay? So they were 620 minus the 120,000 for the land. And then we also have these new buildings that we bought, but they had been revalued as well. All right. So there's a good bit going on here that we just need to be really, really clear on when we come to this part of the question. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the original buildings. So the original buildings. Let's just think about what happened with those. So we got those and they had cost us 480,000. So the original buildings came in at 480,000 euro. Very quickly then we decided to revalue them. Well, not very quickly actually, it was in 2014 we decided to revalue them. So we came along and there was a revaluation. So what did we bring those up to? So remember we revalued everything to 620,000. But 120,000 of that was for land. So we know that we had revalued to 500,000 euro. So if you look here, on the 1st of January, revalued everything to 620, 120 was land. Then we purchased new buildings in 2015, 130, the 50 and the 25. All right. 2016 we just sold land, but then in 2017 we revalued everything again. An increase of 20%. So let's deal with that revaluation. So on the 1st of the 1st, 2017, we're increasing by 20% because they said the revaluation was 20%. So multiplied by 1.2. So we were up to 600,000 for the original buildings. So that means that the buildings we bought in 2015, if we look back here, the buildings we bought in 2015, 130, the 50 and the 25. So the total there was 205,000. Now, we already have that, okay? We know that there were 205,000. So the original buildings and the new buildings. So 205,000, that's what we paid for them. But we did revalue them on the 1st of the 1st, 2017. So they went up by 20%. So we're just recapping on what we did when we looked at the asset account. So 205. So they were revalued to 246. So my disposal is for 246,000. And if you look, we had that. We had what our disposal was, okay? So this depreciation figure here, the 16920, so the charge for last year, the 846, it could be broken up as follows. We could say that on the original buildings, we had 600,000 at 2%. So that's 600,000. That was 12,000 there. And then on the new buildings, 246,000 at 2%. So 246 at 2%. So 4920. And if you look, all right, the 12,000 and the 4920, that totals to the 16920. So that full 16920 has to be wiped out. So the disposal, the new buildings, you're wiping out the 4920 that had been charged, and then the revaluation, you're wiping out the remaining 12,000. Now that's tricky. That's hard to get your head around, okay? So you might need to go back over that a few times to make sure you're happy with where that breakdown of 4920 and the 12,000 is coming from. And then the last thing that you need to do for this is get your P&L charge for the year. So think about this for a second. We have just revalued those buildings. So the remaining buildings have been revalued to 715,000. So from your asset account, you've revalued everything to 715. So the buildings that are left, so it's going to be 715 at 2%, and that will give you your depreciation charge for the year. So 143. And then remember what we do. We total it up. So we take our 1692 and 143. And then we get our balance here. So 31220 minus the 1200 and the 4920. And it'll match. We know that it's going to be 143. And don't forget, we need to get it ready for going into 2019. So my advice would be to go over that a few times. This little section here is tricky, and it will take you a while to get that right in your head, okay? So dividing it up into the original buildings and the new buildings, so as you can split up that depreciation figure. You want to find out what the breakdown is on the 16920, and that gives you your full depreciation account then, all right? It is tricky though, and what I would be saying to you is, for anyone who's going for question 1 who isn't necessarily going to do the 60 markers, this is what you're looking at. You're looking at this little piece here in terms of what am I wiping out when a revaluation takes place. If the revaluation takes place at the start of the year, wipe out the opening balance, and then your accumulated depreciation figure is the 10,000. If it took place at the end of the year, you'd be wiping out the 2 of those, okay? So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to use the 60 mark question to get you really, really good at the workings for question 1. Okay, so the next lesson then, the next breakdown on it, you're going to be looking at the revaluation reserve and how we put that together.